welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're having the best day ever. Okay, we have got to get into this video because this one is absolutely insane. Now, things are not good for Trisha Paytas right now, and things are getting even worse for Trisha Paytas. We uploaded a video on this channel yesterday in which we were talking about the new events with Trisha Paytas, and that Trisha came out and said that they've deleted 1,300 YouTube videos. Now, I just want to preface that by saying that that is not a normal thing for a YouTuber to have to do. And a lot of people were clarifying in the comments of my video when we were talking about it, because Trisha said that, you know, they didn't see themselves in these old videos and they don't stand behind them anymore, and they were just offensive and just inappropriate. And a lot of you were commenting on my video and saying, in what world does one singular person have 1,300 videos that they deem that they need to delete? Like, where are the good ones? Trisha's been online for a long time, but it's not normal for a creator to have to completely wipe 1,300 YouTube videos because they're inappropriate. Now again, we were referencing this to when Shane Dawson was deleting videos because they were resurfacing, and it was around the time of the D'Angelo video. But Shane was only deleting, and it was a lot, only a couple hundred. So for Trisha to be sitting there deleting thousands of videos is intense. So Trisha made this video addressing, literally the title was like, why I deleted 1,300 videos. And Trisha said that they just don't see themselves in that version of themselves anymore, and that they just want to move on and they don't know what else they can do other than deleting videos that were problematic. And Peter Mons said a really good thing. He was like, Trisha is trying to make us believe that they are deleting all of these videos just because one day they woke up and thought that I don't see myself in this person anymore. And Peter's point was, no, you're doing this because of it all resurfacing, the frenemies, the microscope under you publicly right now, and that is absolutely correct. For Trisha to come on here and say that, you know, just one day, like, I just didn't identify with these videos anymore is complete and utter BS. So, the thing that made Trisha film that video, which makes it even more insincere because there's so much that Trisha has to speak up for right now and that they're choosing not to. Trisha was addressing the deleted videos, but the main focus of the video was that Courtney Stodden spoke up against Trisha Paytas, that they were very offended by a video that Trisha uploaded years ago in which Trisha was impersonating Courtney. Now again, I used this little brief yesterday if you don't know who Courtney is, but Courtney was a big tabloid star in the early 2000s, and she married an old man whenever she was still, they were still an underage teenager. So there was a lot of news and controversy and all these different words that we can use to describe the horrible things that older men were putting Courtney through at a very young age and exploiting them for. And now, back in the day, as a way of getting a lot of attention on YouTube and views, Trisha impersonated Courtney. And the worst thing about this, other than that Trisha did this in this video, is absolutely horrible. It's like, I'm gonna show you a minute clip of it, and Courtney has released a statement about this, speaking up about it. Trisha apologized to Courtney in the why I deleted this amount of videos video, but Courtney has since spoken up and said that they did not get a private apology from Trisha, but just a public one, which is something that we see a lot with people where they're like, yeah, Trisha hasn't reached out to me privately, but I mean, I guess I'll take this public apology. So there's that. And also, Courtney went on Trisha Paytas' podcast last year. So these were people that got quite close, and Courtney had a lot of trust in Trisha. So you can imagine the absolute disappointment and frustration and anger that Courtney would feel whenever they're seeing a video of them come forward that is just completely mocking their situation from years and years ago. That is not a situation that you mock in any way, shape, or form. So let's just get right into watching this video. Again, the aspect ratio is shit on this. This is from back in the day YouTube. And then we're going to read what Courtney has to say about it. So again, from taking, if you don't know who Courtney is, that little brief that I told you, without going too further into it, if you get what I mean, just out of respect, this is what Trisha's video was. So here we go.
Money and seduce with your prepubescent body. Okay, so the first thing, it helps to be born semi-retarded, because you won't ever know what's inappropriate, and you won't even know you're going to be miserable for the rest of your life. And if they get sick of your laugh or your seduction techniques, they can just lock you in a basement.
Do I even need to say anything? This video is being made impersonating literally a child who was going through what Courtney was going through. It's not a normal thing to really make comedy of.
Awesome. Also, it's good if you haven't gone through puberty yet, like me, because they want a girl who they can have sex with and never get pregnant.
It's absolutely absurd and disgusting that content like this was ever deemed as comedy online, and that's not being a snowflake about it. That is this being not funny at all, and there's no words to it. Like, it's not dark humor, it's not funny, it's not in any way interpreted that it can be funny. It's just pushing the boundary and then pushing that boundary of said boundary that you pushed to provoke a reaction. Now, Trisha was justifying this by saying that at this stage on YouTube, all that they were doing was trying to get a reaction out of people for attention. And it's like, okay, you can do that, but there's too many instances of that being done, and your jokes that you're making are too far past the point. Your impersonating techniques are so far past the point, and there are so many skits that we see with SNL, which is what Trisha referred to how they looked at their YouTube channel back in the day. That's literally something Trisha said. And it's like SNL didn't even do this stuff. The different comedians that Trisha is trying to reference as to why they did this stuff to like get attention on YouTube wouldn't have done this stuff in terms of children being exploited, to say the least. With everything that Trisha allegedly stands for, seeing the amount of content like this is incredibly disturbing. No other way or word to describe this.
Oh, bitch is sorry. Also, that goes hand in hand with being totally illegal. Because if they have sex with you and you're not married, they go to jail. But if you're married and they have sex with you, you get 50%. Money is...
That was made in reference to a child. Trisha Paytas is impersonating a child there. So let's read what Courtney's response to this was. So Courtney responds and says the following. And again, Courtney went on Trisha's podcast, and Trisha made that video a couple days ago saying about why they deleted the videos because they're so sad that they've upset Courtney. I can't believe that Trisha would invite Courtney on the podcast after knowing that they've made a video like that. Not even like, oh, it would resurface in the years to come. You made that. It's out there. It was still on Trisha's channel until a few days ago. Courtney said, most days I have to fight to get through, but once I crawl into bed, I feel blessed I had another chance to fight. I know it's hard out there, but try to remind yourself, if you look, there is always something to be grateful for. Up until recently, I was living in a world with no air. I had no room to stand up for myself without being mocked further by what felt like the entire world. Because to them, I was a whore and laughingstock. So I lost all respect and love for myself as a result. Fell into a deep depression that still haunts me to this day. Prepubescent bodies are not a joke, in reference to this video because it was re-uploaded on Courtney's page. They are not ours to abuse. They are not ours to exploit. In my case, I was also being tormented by a listener, YouTube celebrities, news anchors, talk show hosts, and more. And now, before we go on to them talking in more depth about Trisha in terms of this, that is true. I didn't know about Courtney until I saw these videos being resurfaced, and I looked into it, and there are endless clips of these news presenters mocking this situation. And it's like, they've mocked it, right? And that's disgusting and disturbing, and it's mostly older men, right? And so, seeing someone bring that disgusting media from mainstream media onto YouTube, which, I'm sorry, was not the norm back then. You can say shit about comedy, you can say whatever about YouTube during that time, like the different comedy styles, what was accepted or whatever. It was creators like Trisha that brought over the disturbing humor to YouTube, which has led to the downfall of so many YouTubers because they all fell into that. Now again, that's each of their faults for doing that, but you can say YouTube was a dark place years and years ago. It was a dark place because certain individuals chose to bring the humor that disgusting talk show hosts that no longer have a career because of it once did. So let's not justify that at all. Right? This is the only way that I can heal, is to speak on this and express the pain that I still endure, but I have to thank everyone who is just now standing up for me. Now, I'm a troubled woman trying to find their ground. I let Trisha in, trusted them, I even went on their podcast in 2019 as a favor, but now I'm seeing this for the first time. I don't know who has ever really been in my corner. Now that's a very disturbing thing for Courtney to have to say, and a very sad thing to say, and it just is so disturbing that Courtney was invited on Trisha's podcast when Trisha knew that they made a video like this. That's not normal behavior. It's like disgustingly ballsy to like know that you've made a video
Juice with your
mocking someone like this.
Okay.
And then invite them on your podcast.
The first thing, it helps to be born. Am I retarded?
Stay kind and be forgiving. Life is about learning, but above all, protect children. Hashtag bullying, hashtag Trisha Paytas. Now, again, Trisha responded to this basically saying that they're now addressing all of these things, as in like why they deleted their videos, again kind of what I touched upon at the start of the video, because they're so upset that they have upset Courtney. Now again, I don't know in what world Trisha would have uploaded a video like this and not expected to upset Courtney. I think that's a very stupid approach. What's saying this? I think that Trisha knows that they really have nothing else to say in terms of this. So that's the approach that they're going down. They're so upset that they've upset Courtney and that this has went too far and that's not them now or whatever. And it's like, to put into context, when Courtney went on Trisha's podcast, this video by Trisha Paytas mocking Courtney, this one,
because you won't ever know what's inappropriate and you won't even know you're gonna be miserable,
was still on Trisha's YouTube channel, something that Trisha was profiting off of when Courtney went on that podcast. Now again, it's not up to Courtney to have to go look to see if Trisha Paytas has mocked them online, or even further, it's not up to Courtney to do that, because what normal person has uploaded videos mocking cases like this?
The rest of your life. And if they get sick of your laugh or your seduction techniques, they can just lock you in a basement.
I have no way of like even trying to hear someone out who's made content like that. And I don't think you should either. I think you should, like, this is like the disgusting era of these YouTubers now, of all these content where they're mocking real life disturbing cases. And it's like not normal. It's like, I can't believe it was on the platform. I can't believe it was still on the platform last week. And it's disturbing and disgusting. Now, I thought Courtney's statement was great. I thought Courtney went very easy on Trisha. I really think that it was a very respectable statement completely. And I mean, good job for Courtney for keeping, you know, their cool and their grind, but they didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? If Courtney had erupted on Trisha because of this, completely valid and completely something that they could have done. They chose not to, and I mean, it makes them look so much better than what Trisha looks right now, even beyond this video, just how it was handled.
Also, it's good if you haven't gone through puberty yet.
And it makes Trisha look a fool that now Trisha is scrambling online saying that they're so sad that they could have ever, you know, lost the trust of Courtney. And now again, there's nothing else to say other than Trisha, you made this video, you uploaded this video, you profited off of this video, it was on your channel, you had Courtney on your channel during the time that it was uploaded. None of us can say anything that makes that better. You can't say anything that makes that better. Courtney can't say anything that's better. It just shouldn't have happened. Now people say, what can Trisha do? What's the best case scenario? Trisha's already deleted the video. What more do you want? Trisha deleted the video in 2021. Alright, I want to know where you're at with this. We can talk about it below. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. And yeah, just incredibly disturbing and disturbed people. Alright, bye.